Now, what happens if I told you that every single round that you have played Salmon Run thus far, you've not only had the most overlooked teammate, but the single greatest clutch teammate? Don't believe me? Well, it is true. Now, I'm going to get into a little more advanced territory for technical knowledge for this game mode. Now, this tech I'm about to teach you is called snatcher optimization. What exactly are the snatchers, you ask? Well, they serve as the enemies that will go and collect the eggs if your team or yourself is too slow in collecting them. I wasn't the biggest fan of this enemy in Splatoon 2. It almost felt like more of a nuisance type of enemy rather than anything. Anyway, on to the tech. So how snatchers work in Splatoon 3 is that they will generate a spawn point at the start of every wave. Once the spawn point is set, from there on out for the entire wave, snatchers will always spawn in that direction. How can this be helpful, you ask? Well, if the snatchers have to go over the basket and head onto the opposite side of the map, they can collect the eggs and then they will go over the basket again when returning to their spawn point. Once they are heading over the basket, you can intercept them and then kill them for them to drop the eggs right by the basket. The video that you have been seeing was demonstrated by Marty Bubbler on Twitter of this technique. Doing this almost makes the snatchers like a fifth teammate on your team. Knowing this technique can be actually very beneficial. It even works if the snatchers have flown off the stage above the water, because when you throw an egg or splat an enemy that's above the water or in the water, the golden egg will try to go to the nearest spot of ground. Now the question is, do I recommend doing this tech all the time? No. This tech is very extremely situational. However, it's useful to know in your head. That way you can see if a snatcher is coming with a bunch of golden eggs. Instead of just killing it by the shore, you can let it go to the basket if you know it's going to go over the basket. Remember, it's just like luring. Instead of killing the bosses near the shore, you can save time, energy, and a lot of hassle if you just kill the boss near the basket. That way you can deposit the eggs really quickly. Same principle applies. If you have a snatcher that has 5 golden eggs, you might as well let it die by the basket if it's already going to be going towards that basket.